Kiln firing. The kiln has mostly cooled. Let's go ahead and open it up. All right, here are the top two shelves. So I remember to put in my cones this time. So this is 5, 6, and 7. I was shooting for a cone 6, but clearly I didn't quite get there. I suspected this. My software looked like it didn't quite get to cone 6, but I had a solid cone 5 firing, so I think that's good enough. So a few of these pots, ones I just put in because I was almost full with my kiln, and they're just straight up glazes. So this one here is my green glaze. I scalloped the top of this pot. Here's one of the same. This one was on my leftover clay. It looked like it turned out pretty well. It's maybe a little bit greenish, but not too bad. And the last one of that color. Here's my robin's eggs glaze. I really, really like this glaze. It just always comes out really cool. And another one that's the same. This is my larger bowl. So my casting had a slight little line in it. I was curious if it would show up in the end, and it looks like it did, just barely. But I suspect if you weren't looking for it, you would not notice. It's gonna make an awesome planter. All right, and the last ones I made to fill up the rest of my kiln were these here. So this is the Amico Satin Blue. I had a little bit of a drip right there, but I doubt you would notice. So that one's good. Same thing. This one turned out well. And the last one on my leftover clay. Maybe it's a little bit darker, but again, looks good. All right, so this is the first time seeing these pots for me, but you've already seen them. I've made a separate video on these. These are really awesome. These are my Jackson Pollock style squiggles of slip. So the black one with regular clay and blue in it. It's a shame the bottom will never be seen. It's just raw clay, but you can see the clear glaze on the sides. And the same thing with my blue. So this is the blue, the yellow, a little bit of green. Oh, and some black. Very cool. So I'll have covered all of this stuff on different videos, but I'm going to go through it one more time just for now. So these were my speckled attempts. So this one has the black on the bottom, you can tell, and it showed through the green just a little bit. These are still a little too hot to handle, but I'm going to grab them anyways. So this is my carved pot here, where I had the different layers of different colored slip. Obviously yellow was on the outside. And this one was the other one with blue on the outside, yellow and green. So this one here is my reclaimed slip with the black speckles on it. This one has the green over the brown, and the brown mostly disappeared. That's interesting. It's a couple little spots here and there. Here's my regular clay with the black speckles. Well, here's the blue with the black speckles. These are pretty faint. And here's the same thing with the brown. All right, and here's the same thing with the black speckles. Those are coming through. That's looking more like some variation in the glaze as opposed to speckles, though. Another one with the brown speckles. This one, I don't see much. I think the purple ate the brown, which is interesting. All right, this one was a fail, I think, as soon as I attempted it. And the last one I have here is the marble. That one's really cool. So it's got the normal clay on the inside, and then the nice marble effect on the outside. All right, and the last shelf. So this one here is my last of the carved pots. Here's another one of the speckled. Same thing here. You see a few faint speckles, but that one's mostly just green. All right, and same with purples. Looks like the brown spot's just called crawling. Black seemed to show through okay a little bit. That one's pretty good. Okay, there's a couple more marble pots down here. This one here is the multicolored, where there's yellow and black. This one's also multicolored. This one has the yellow on the outside. All right, and then the last three I think are going to be from my favorites. Yep, so here's the yellow, the green, blue. These squiggles are just fun. I think that one's pretty awesome. One more, this one's a little bit more bold, more white space in it. The black, the yellow, and the blue. And last but not least, this one's got the green, the blue, and the black in it. Very cool. All right, that's it for this glaze firing. We'll call that successful. It didn't quite get up to temperature. I was shooting for cone 6 and we hit cone 5. But luckily these glazes and this clay is pretty tolerant, so I'll take a cone 5 firing. And here are all the pots all together. As I mentioned, each of these pots has actually been in a separate video, so if you found one of them interesting, I encourage you to go and check out that video. You can see how it was made. And as always, if you have any questions or comments, please leave it below. I'd be happy to answer it. Thanks.